So why the fuck did y'all hype up this book so much?
Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. What? I get it, okay? I get why people would like it. It's fantasy, it's romance, it has smut.
Guys, it was half a page and it was fade to black. That isn't smut.
That's the foreplay. I don't know who needs to hear that. It's not what we're looking for, okay? Plot-wise, it's alright. It's pretty generic for a fantasy, book. But I think they do it well. They do a lot of really great world building, which is surprising. I think I was like 30 pages in, still nothing happened. I was like, okay, so where's this crazy smut everyone's talking about? Like, hello? There's one fade to black scene! So plot-wise, very basic, very generic. Oh, long war, oh, she's the one that breaks the curse, blah, blah, blah. Very generic, okay? I couldn't give a shit about, okay? I didn't come to this for the plot. No, okay. Plot-wise, generic. It was easy to burn through because it's so generic. But it wasn't good. Characters. They actually did kind of a good job building the characters, especially for Feyre. Is that how you pronounce her name? Feyre? I don't know. Someone let me know in the comments. Thank you. They did a lot of really good character building with her. At the start of the book, after going through it a bit, I was like, okay, I kind of know, what she is, who she is. I know what her goals are, She reminded me a lot of Katniss Everdeen from hit book series The Hunger Games. Which, I mean, whatever, it's kind of a bit strong, independent female lead that doesn't take shit from anyone. It's kind of not a brand new idea. But I digress. I really liked how they did Feyre's character in the first book. Tamlin?
What are you doing there, dog?
Tamlin, he is the love interest. He is the supernatural fantasy love interest of the first book. I'm sure if you guys have read the other books, he's a piece of shit. But I digress, this is only about the first book. Tamlin's character, I feel like I didn't really get to know a lot of. I feel like he was just tossed in to be a love interest for the first book, and that's all he was for. Like, that's his entire purpose for the first book. Again, first book, I know what happens. I know, I've read this, I've read more. I know what happens, shut up. I also feel like they rushed the romance aspect of it. Like, I want them to be at each other's throats, enemies to lovers, I want them to be trying to kill each other, And then we can get into it. No, it was like, it's basic, it's boring, it's rushed. I think if there's a different dynamic between the two, it would have been a lot better. But because of the dynamic that they're in, it loses points, which really sucks, I feel like with the characters, with the world, it really could have been something, and it just wasn't, It was an enjoyable read, I have to say. Like, I burned through this pretty quick. There's the look at the... You can't see it as well on camera. It was interesting to read. At the end, it did get dark. It got very much fantasy action, and I'm very happy they did that. I'm glad it wasn't just fantasy world, they're in love. Wow. Like, no, there was some dark shit in there. And so I really appreciate that. That was a good little surprise, I was kind of sick of just the painting flowers. Oh, I don't know how to read, I'm painting flowers. I got kind of sick of that. And so I think Sarah J. Maas made a very good decision tossing in the dark stuff, even though for a typical romance book, you wouldn't really see that. For fantasy, you would. Romance, you wouldn't. And so she put the two together well. Shit. There was a lot of lines I didn't like. a lot of very much cringy book talk lines, which I should have expected with it being a book recommended from Book Talk, but still, I'm kind of like, oh, so that's what I'm reading right now. Got it. Okay, cool. Overall, I would rate the book 5 out of 10. 5 because it got a lot of things I wanted right, but it got a lot of things I wanted completely wrong. So, 5 out of 10 for the first book. Maybe I'll do one on the second, maybe on the third, maybe I'll keep going. Fuck you, I don't know. I don't like this book series.